Jake was 48 when he got married for the first time. His bride Amanda had only just turned 30. Pretty much everyone he knew told him it was a bad idea, warning him about the 18-year age gap. They said she belonged to a different generation with different values. But Jake wouldn't hear it. He loved every moment with Amanda. And the very thought of coming home to a young, vibrant wife left him buzzing with excitement. They met at a cafe. Jake was having lunch with a business partner, and Amanda was there sipping coffee with some friends. He immediately noticed how bright and free-spirited she was, and managed to strike up a conversation. One thing led to another, and they started dating. Sweet, tentative gestures, flowers, late-night walks around town. Jake felt young and alive again, fueled by Amanda's energy. He swore he could move mountains just to see her smile and hold his hand. At the time, Amanda worked in HR. No matter how often Jake hinted that she should quit, she refused. She had never wanted to be financially dependent on him. He would watch her get ready for work in the morning, admiring her sun-kissed skin, feeling lucky just to be around her. Yesterday, I interviewed a couple of people for the team, she said one morning while fastening her jeans. One of them is supposed to start today. Jake liked hearing her talk about her job with such passion. How about we go out tonight? He suggested. Sounds great. Amanda smiled, gave him a quick kiss, then headed off to work. That night, he picked her up, and they went to a nice restaurant. Jake was used to the stares people gave them. Something about seeing a 48-year-old with a gorgeous 30-year-old wife, but he wore it like a badge of pride, loving her youthful energy and confidence. So how was your day? Did you hire someone? He asked just as their steaming hot entree arrived, filling the air with a mouth-watering aroma. Yeah, we took on two actually, Ben and Stacy, Amanda replied. Their conversation flowed easily. They savored the food, listened to live music, and gazed at each other across the table. Underneath it, Jake ran his hand along Amanda's leg, and she gave him a tipsy smile that filled him with warmth. Over the next few months, though, Jake noticed changes in Amanda. She became extra sweet, extra loving, always cooking at home instead of dragging him out to bars and restaurants. Once, jokingly, he asked, "Hey, Amanda, what's going on with you? It's like you're making up for something." She just shrugged. "Don't be silly. Unless you don't like it," she teased. "I love it," Jake said, wrapping his arms around her. He kissed her, but he couldn't ignore the fact that her phone kept buzzing with messages. She always tilted the screen away from him when she read them, something she had never done before. When Jake asked, she said it was just work, that they were slammed and she needed to be reachable 24/7. Then came the night Amanda had to stay late at the office. Jake sent her a quick text, "Be there soon," and drove over to pick her up. She read the message but never replied. He parked near the entrance and waited until he saw two figures emerge, Amanda and a young man. To Jake, he looked practically like a kid. They shared a short hug goodbye, both smiling. A pang of jealousy hit Jake square in the chest. He honked his horn. Amanda glanced over, waved to him, and climbed into the passenger seat. "Who is that?" he asked. "Just a co-worker. Remember I told you about Ben and the other new intern? That's Ben," Amanda answered breezily. "He's so shy. He's only 19. Can you believe it?" She giggled. Jake felt a bit of tension melt away. If she was talking about him like he was just a kid, maybe there was nothing to worry about after all. He told himself to calm down, reminded himself he had a vivid imagination, and was prone to jumping to conclusions. But Amanda started staying late more and more often. Whenever Jake managed to pick her up, she'd be with Ben. It got under his skin, but he tried not to bring it up. The one time he had voiced his suspicions, they had a huge argument, and she moved into a hotel for a week. He didn't want a repeat of that, so he bottled up his feelings. One summer evening, when she once again wasn't answering his texts, Jake decided to go upstairs to her office. He could see the light on from the parking lot. With every step up to the third floor, his heart pounded faster, as if warning him something was terribly wrong. He reached the hallway outside Amanda's office. The door was slightly ajar, and the place was quiet. That's when he heard the muffled sounds. Stifled moans, soft gasps. Without thinking, Jake swung the door open to find Amanda on her knees in front of that very same kid, his pants around his ankles, her shirt tossed aside. Ben scrambled to yank his pants up, eyes wide with panic, while Amanda sat on the floor, not even daring to glance up at Jake. Just try to cover herself. Jake strode across the office in 3 angry steps and grabbed Ben by the collar. The poor guy whimpered as Jake raised his fist to punch him. Ben burst into tears. Something about that pathetic display made Jake let go, and Ben took off, bolting down the stairs. What did I do wrong, Amanda? Jake's voice shook. I gave you everything. Amanda burst into tears. Jake, I don't know, she sobbed. It was like I couldn't stop thinking about him, and now... She trailed off, her body racked with sobs. She flung herself at Jake's neck and clung to him. They both cried, Amanda drowning in shame, Jake in heartache. She kissed his cheeks again and again, murmuring, Forgive me, please. I'm so sorry. Jake tried at first to forgive her. For half a year, they lived in a storm of constant fights and painful flashbacks. He just couldn't get that image out of his head. Amanda on her knees, Ben with his pants down. Finally, he reached his breaking point and asked her to leave. He filed for divorce not long after. Jake thought back to when he was younger, how he had dreamed of getting a big dog, buying a nice car, and driving off into the world. Now that his marriage was shattered, maybe it was time to make those dreams happen. The wounds of betrayal were still fresh, and he wasn't sure if or when he'd be ready to trust someone again. After he and Amanda split for good, she kept working at the same company for a while, then moved to another city. She ended up marrying again, only for that marriage to fall apart too, even though she had a child in the process. Eventually, Ben himself followed her there, and they tried starting something together, but it fizzled out before it really began. As painful as it might be to admit, Amanda wound up alone. Maybe that was fate's way of saying she didn't deserve another shot at the love she had betrayed. She had burned the one who loved her most, and karma wasn't about to let her forget it.